Ready? Today is going to be one of the first times I really touch on what I do. Like I said in one of my videos, I do photography, and I was thinking about it, and I decided since I started a GoFundMe, which was mostly for me to try to build up funds to get my gender confirmation surgery and stuff like that. However, I just found out my boyfriend was waiting for this promotion, and he got the promotion, which was very helpful, but we were expecting a better raise with it, and that's not going to happen. So now what we were estimating is pretty far off, and so we're beginning to struggle even more. So I'm hoping that we can try to raise some money. And I know it's hard because a lot of people don't have it to donate. And I wish I did, honestly, because I see a lot of really good reasons to be donating on some of these other people's. But for me, I decided, since I do photography, what I'd like to do is kind of like chance off some of my prints for the people who are donating. So I was going to try to do like a weekly thing. So if I'm going to do it, every week I'll choose a name from whoever donates. And if their name gets drawn, I will send them a print of one of my pictures. A lot of them, I have some of them actually printed. Some of them are on my website, which I'll show you a link to later. And so yeah, I'm just going to try to do that. And I think that's a really good way to do it. That way I don't feel as though I'm just accepting charities. It's kind of like you're buying a chance to win some of my art, if you like it. Hopefully you do. So I have a few examples. I'm not sure exactly which ones I'm going to start with. A few of them are framed and everything, so those ones I'm not sure if I'm going to get rid of, because those are actually hanging on my wall, because I like to display my own art in my house. Trust me, that's not all mine though. There's a lot of other stuff hanging in my house. But like, I have a couple different sizes. Like here I have some of the smaller ones, the 5x7s, which these two are like actually two of my favorites. This one here I say is like the best picture I ever took. These were taken in New York City, actually, which you would have never guessed, but if you look real close, you can actually see the city in the background. They were actually taken on an island called City Island, which is, I believe it was on top of the Bronx. I was on tour with my band, and we were with another band, and one of their good friends actually lived on the island, so after we played in New York City, we got to go and stay, which is really cool because it was like an island where like you don't really visit, because most of it's like you're born into it, you like inherit the houses and stuff like that, private beaches. So it was a really beautiful place. And like I said, look at these, they're so beautiful. But then I also have, I forget what sizes these ones are, I'm really bad at that sometimes, but like these ones aren't really that great, but they're something. This one is really cool. They were those Easter candies. They're like Whoppers, maybe. But I always thought this one was really cool because you can't really see. Everything's pretty much darkened out. You can see the jar a little bit. It's hard to see in these pictures. But I think this is a really interesting print. I also have, of course, a print of a beach. This was actually taken probably around Avon in the Outer Banks down by Hatteras Island, which is beautiful. I love going there with my family. I used to go there all the time, and I haven't been there in years because I never have any money. Bummer, right? So that's one of them too. And then the ones that I have that are framed, I have this one here, which was also a picture from whenever I was on tour. We had a bunch of sunflowers when we were in Philadelphia, because I was in a band that was called the Sunflower Spectacle. And actually, if some of my Tumblr followers have seen, these were also the ones that were featured in my transition timeline. If you saw the very first picture of me, I had them like in my hand and like draped in weird other plants. I don't know, but we used to do that kind of stuff all the time. But I really love this one. This one actually hangs in my house above my DVD and Blu-ray shelf. And it's a beautiful print, so I might end up auctioning it off. But if I do, I'm probably going to include the entire frame, which would be an even better price for somebody because these frames were not cheap. But then I also have this one, which was an interesting print. It was actually a lawn gnome, one of the sleeping ones. I'm trying not to get that glare in there. This was actually one of my bandmates. He had it in his yard, and I always thought it was really adorable. And I took the picture, and I didn't really take it as anything, but whenever I looked at it and edited it, it actually turned out really well. And I love the black and white, like the contrast and everything is really good with this one. And this one is also hanging on my wall above my recliner. But I also might end up auctioning it or chancing it off. So, but yeah, like, that's what I'm trying to get back into. I really love doing the photography. Like I said, I used to do like a business. I used to actually do like senior pictures, and I did a few weddings, which those are a bit rough. But I've done a lot of things. I actually shot a proposal once, which that was really cool and interesting. But I love doing that, but I mostly enjoy doing it for just myself, like taking pictures and having fun. So that's what I want to do. Like I said, I'm going to do a GoFundMe. Hopefully, I know I'm a little baby Tumblr and YouTuber. I don't have a lot of followers yet, but maybe it'll catch on, and I'll just like keep trying. That's all I can really do. And honestly, I'm stuck, so I'm kind of desperate right now, trying to find out ways to do this. So if anybody is willing to be a part of this and donate, I will love you forever. So I do have the link to the GoFundMe, which is GoFundMe/Help Claire, please. So there's that one, and that's for you if you want to donate. But I also wanted to include a link to some of my other photography stuff. So this is my Facebook. I used to have a website, but it's kind of hard to maintain when also you don't really have any money, so keeping up with the domains is hard. Facebook is free, so we have, sorry for my terrible placement of writing and handwriting, it's terrible, I know. But facebook.com/camphor tree photography, which I'm sure there's a lot of anime fans out there. And yes, it is a reference to My Neighbor Totoro, which was my favorite movie growing up. So it just fit. I've had that name for a long time, and I still love it. So check that out if you want to see what the kind of stuff I do. Of course, if you see anything you like, always feel free to message me. I will make prints for people. I'll do that kind of stuff if you want to. It doesn't really cost a lot. If you want it framed, I can do that. It costs a little bit more, of course. But yeah, so check that stuff out. And if you have the extra to donate, that'd be awesome. Like I said, I will love you forever. Any help is very, very appreciated. And once again, thanks for checking out my videos, and be sure to subscribe. I will be trying to keep up with these and doing them weekly. So starting today, a week from now, anybody who has donated will have their name put in to win one of the prints. And be sure to, if you donate, to include your name so I can contact you if your name wins. All right, so that's about it. Thank you.